Greetings! This isn't going to be as detailed a video as the last two were, simply an update of sorts. I apologise for any background noise in advance, but I am not going to re-record any of my dialogue because I need this video out as quickly as I possibly can. First of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you for helping me to a combined 1 million views between the two videos that I uploaded. You went far above and beyond what I ever honestly expected, and I am likewise grateful for all the donations that have poured in. Extremely grateful. You have helped me massively, and I can now happily state that there will be more to come in the following weeks, which previously wouldn't have been a possibility. That said, there are some things I'd like to talk about. I have been paying attention to what some of you have wrote in response to my videos, and have decided that in the name of impartiality that I will not be removing any comments that speak negatively about my work, simply because I feel that's something only cowards and people who like relaxing in their own echo chamber do. The first thing I'd like to talk about is this little ditty from part 1. On that day, Great Britain lost two of its greatest sports stars. Footballer George Best, best known for his role in the 1966 World Cup squad. If I'd known the sheer turd storm that was about to erupt in the comments over this seemingly innocuous statement, I wouldn't have said anything at all. There seems to be a large contingent of people who think for whatever reason I believe George Best was an English player, like he came from the Midlands or something. Best was a Northern Irish player who played for England during what was possibly the country's most pivotal sporting moment of the 20th century. I was in year 4 at primary school at the time of his passing, and pretty much every student and teacher was mourning him the Monday after. Do you mean to tell me that no one in England mourned him because he was Irish? To offer a comparison from the world of racing, Michael Schumacher did as much for Italian racing history as he did for German racing history. The Tifosi took him as their own, and every win he scored for Ferrari was as much a win for Italy and for Ferrari as it was a German one for him. It does not mean that Schumi was Italian because his nickname ended in an I, nor am I denying that Schumacher was German. I have no idea how you can get that message out of something I felt would be one of the least controversial parts of my video. The next thing I'd like to bring up is this image I briefly showed during part 2. I do not believe how many people think this is a real headline. First of all, it apparently comes from The Onion, and if you don't know what The Onion is, then quite frankly you're living under a rock. Second of all, it was written in a heavily satirical manner, and the article itself was based on one originally written during the run-up to the 2016 presidential election, which became quite infamous, and so I decided to use this story because I felt people already knew what it was based on. In closing, I've decided I would like to have at least some form of captive audience, so I will advertise my sister channel now even though there is nothing on it at the moment. I will release a small documentary sometime in the next week or so, before dropping a considerably bigger one in mid-February. I hope to see you there. If you follow me on Patreon, you will also know that I am working on a documentary concerning the FBS census, and this will be out on this channel at the end of the month as it ties into Top Gear. Again, I would like to thank each and every one of you for subscribing, and if you see your name in this list, give yourself a pat on the back. I hate to be melodramatic, but there was a point last autumn where I actually had a serious discussion with my family as to whether or not we'd even be living at the same address we are now come the new year. And it's not like we're living beyond our means. I don't wish to sound hyperbolic, but if you can picture your idea of a typical council estate filled with fights, fires, and fucking illegal motocross bikes at 4 AM in the morning, you've got a good enough idea of how I live day to day. I will not elaborate beyond this, and this is the last time I will bring it up, because to be honest, I want you to donate because you like the content I produce, not because of some sob story that you've probably heard a few hundred times before. It will take much more than that to begin reversing our fortunes, but the amount of money that has been raised so far has already made a bigger impact than you may ever know. Again, thank you so much for all of your contributions. For now I must bid you farewell, but I should be fairly active on Discord and in the YouTube comment section in the days ahead if you need to talk to me in the meantime before my next couple of videos are out. See ya.